My name is James Martinez, and I'm an amateur Alaskan filmmaker. Yes, the script was actually, it started out as just 30 pages, and a lot of things came up. Like with some of the people I was working with, I had to replace a couple of actors because they said, I got a new job or I'm moving. So I had to replace some people, and that means I had to do certain scenes differently. Like I had to cut out elaborate like action sequences and replace them with just dialogue, with just people talking. And I was just starting college, so I didn't have any time. And what was supposed to take like a few weeks to shoot took 4 months to shoot. And I had to go with it. I just had to really just run with it because I was halfway through the project, 2 months in, and I had more conflicts. You know, I was doing pretty bad in the school, and I know I had to focus more attention on it, but I chose not to. So I decided to press forward because I didn't want to stop making the movie. I mean, halfway into it, I don't just stop. I didn't want this to be a short movie. I wanted it to be a long movie, and I wanted to tell a story that I couldn't tell in the short, like, few minutes that I had of it. But my biggest problem was my cast. I didn't have any experienced actors. Everybody was just my friends. And that was it. They had no experience. I had to tell them how to say things to the point where I had to get in front of the camera and say the line for them and then tell them to say it exactly how I just said it. And I mean, I understood I had to do that in the first place because as a director, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just telling people what to do. And I know there's more to that than what I was doing, but that's all I could do. But that's basically all I had to do. Some people didn't show up on time when I needed them. I needed a lot of people in one room because I didn't want to keep doing two people at once. I wanted to do like 5 at once, make really big scenes. So I needed 5 people at once, but 5 people couldn't show up. I had to do 3 to 2 because I had an action sequence that involved like 5 different gunmen, and I used this same one every time somebody got shot. I would shoot somebody, and then that guy would get back up in a different outfit and then come after shooting at me. I'd just shoot him back down. So I had to do that. I mean, because that's what I did in high school before I decided to make actual movies, was just use myself as a gunfight man. And I just did it repeatedly over and over again. I have like 3 movies still of me shooting myself repeatedly. Split screen, everything. It looks horrible, but I did that. So I decided to do that because I didn't have any other options. I didn't want the scene to not be in there. So I just let it go. So after I showed my first movie around, people were all like, I like what you have, but you need help. People were like, you really need some help. I like what you're doing. You need help. So I got some really nice people working with me now, and I'm really thankful for that. My cast definitely upgraded. I used some local theater actresses, and a couple. I think about two actual theater actors that go to UAF, which is the large majority of my cast came from UAF anyway, as well as members of my crew. That definitely the crew and the cast have improved because I'm using really some pretty talented people. And as far as my crew goes, I was the only crew member in my first movie. Okay, I was doing the camera work, I was doing the audio, I was doing the editing. Now I have a cameraman and a sound designer, as well as a producer. I think for my third feature and maybe beyond that, I think it'll get better because, I mean, looking back at my first movie, I didn't ask anybody for help. I just decided to do it. I didn't ask for any input, any help with the technical side, the story side, nothing. Now I'm asking people. Now I'm getting help from everybody. And I think it's just, if I keep on getting more input and more help from crews, better, I guess more cooperation as well, I think it'll go a little better. I mean, I'm still on the learning curve, and my next 2 movies, I'm still going to be on the learning curve. I'm not going to just get it, but that's why I'm asking for more input and more help. And now, every time I write a movie, I talk to more people about them. Like, if I write a movie, I come up with a new movie idea, I say, what do you think about this? And where does this work? Where does it not work? From an audience standpoint and from a filmmaker's standpoint. I think it's going to just keep going up if I just keep at it. Documentaries are pretty famous up here, and not so much as actual filmmaking. Like as far as fictional stories go, or docudramas go. But I think if I go to California, maybe I would find a way to make a little bit more progress there, because I want to get in there, you know, put my foot in the door, stick my head through the window, whatever. The only thing I'm afraid of is people looking right through me just because I'm from Alaska. I mean, that's all I'm afraid of, because I believe that I have some talent somewhere in what I do, because I really want to work this out. I really love making films, and I think if I go to California, I'll learn as much as I've learned down there than I have up here.